Okay.
So let's give it a big start. We'll start you with 6th grade. 1, 2, 3.
All right, we're live from Lees Creek at East Clinton High School. We've got wrestling today from Astroland. We've got the Madison Plains Golden Eagles against the East Clinton Astros. Yours truly, Rick Phillips, with Sydney Alexis. And, of course, our live crew here, Bill Raybeck and Zach Raybeck. And Bill, who's the other young man that's going to be on our broadcast?
And Avery Wood, a senior cross-country runner who is going to make his debut here as a commentator.
There you go. And he's been on the air with us, but not as a commentator.
He has been a guest.
So we want to explain everything. This wrestling meet is between these two schools, actually during school hours.
Right.
And it will last for approximately an hour, and then the students will be released to the buses, release the hounds here in about an hour. But we hope you enjoy today's event. This is the 4th consecutive year that we have been here at East Clinton to do this. And you can tell him he can find it on campusnation.com, Bill, if he's wanting to know where we are.
Okay.
I'll tell him.
Yeah, and so welcome everybody. I am Bill the Razor Rayback, and I am joined here today by East Clinton graduate and former wrestler Zach Rayback.
Howdy.
Hi, Zach. And if you notice a similarity in the last names, he is my son. And then proudly say that.
Allegedly.
I don't know if your mom would agree with that, but anyhow. And then we're going to have Avery Wood, a East Clinton senior who's a cross-country runner, who's going to join us here in a few minutes, give us some color from the school perspective on the kids, Zach. And then, of course, East Clinton comes into this match with a record of 2-0, or 0-2, I'm sorry, in dual meets. They were at the North College Hill tournament, where they took 9th out of 14th place. Coming up for the Astros, we have the Southwest Ohio Coaches Association tournament, December 21st and 22nd in Harrison. Southern Hills Community Bank Invitational at Greenfield, December 28th. The Madera Invitational, January 3rd and 4th. The East Clinton Duels right here in East Clinton on January 17th with Greenon and North College Hill, West Union, Greenview, and Williamsburg. The Washington Courthouse tournament rounds out the regular season on January 25th, and then the SBAAC League tournament on February 22nd. Of course, after that, Zach, we have sectionals, districts, and state.
Yes, sir.
And then for Madison Plains, they're 1-1 in dual meets, losing to Elgin 23-15 and beating Mount Gilead 24-18. In the Golden Eagle Classic, their own tournament, they took 8th out of 11th. They are going to the West Jefferson Invitational coming up here in, that's a Christmas tournament, I believe.
It's a tough meet.
Tough meet, and teams from all over the state.
Yep.
I know we saw teams from Northwest Ohio, Eastwood in particular, who was down there when you were still wrestling.
Yeah, a lot of Cincinnati area and Columbus area schools, and then you'll get a few from up north. But all around, it's a pretty well-rounded tournament, usually around 20, 24 teams there.
Right,
yeah.
Right. So what we're going to do is we will run through the lineup as the wrestlers get ready. We will make the announcements on their pairings. Before the match starts, we are planning on having our foreign exchange students here. We have a foreign exchange student from Germany, South Korea, and then Holland. And they hopefully will be here so that we'll have an opportunity for them to say Merry Christmas in their foreign tongue to their parents, which will be pretty neat for them. So we'll be getting going here. The East Clinton Astros are led by Doug Stalen, the head coach, and his assistant is Mark Scovaner. Jordan Creamer leads the Madison Plains Golden Eagles. Zach, your thoughts about this kind of meet when it's during the day? I don't remember when you were wrestling. Did they do one? Did we have one then at that point?
Yeah, we did. Unfortunately, I was out with I believe I injured my elbow. I had pulled a ligament, so I was out for that. But Yeah, my junior year we had one around the same time before Christmas break, and I think we were within points from winning it. And hopefully this year, it looks like we have a pretty good squad. Back at the North College Hill tournament, it looks like most of the people only lost one match. Yeah, so 3-1, 4-1, 6-1, 6-0. I mean, that's some pretty good stat lines right there.
Yeah, Coach Dalen has, went to great extents to build the wrestling program here. He's had, we've had one state qualifier, and then we've had numerous district qualifiers. And so, we do what we can here at East Clinton with the numbers that we have. We'll usually, high water mark might be 10 to 12 wrestlers, which would be pretty much close to a full team. 14 is a full team. So if they can get that many out, but normally you're going to be looking at about 8 kids on the wrestling team.
Yeah, and Stalen does a good job developing and caring for the kids that are there. And that's really an important thing with wrestling is if you don't feel like you're a part of the team and you don't feel like someone supports you or believes in you, it's really hard to stick through with it. And he does a great job with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And so as far as Madison Plains, of course, East Clinton is no stranger to Madison Plains. Is 2 years ago when they were still in the South Central Ohio League, Madison Plains was a member of that, and then they left that league. And, of course, then 2 years later, we left the league to join the SBAAC. And I'm joined now by Avery Wood. Avery, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. And this is Zach.
It's good to meet you, Avery.
Okay.
Good to meet you, man.
And so, Avery, we've just been filling them in a little bit about the meet here, this in-school meet, which is the 4th year that Campus Nation has been able to do this. And I think it's a good thing because, Avery, you run cross-country. You know what it's like to go to these meets, and you don't have many fans come out to the cross-country meets. And the same thing with wrestling. When they go to the tournaments, you don't have a lot of, you got the parents there. You might get a girlfriend or so that'll come out and watch it. But this is a great opportunity for our kids that are in this sport to show what they do, because otherwise they really don't get recognized too much for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a really good thing. I think it's really cool that the school puts it on, because I would really appreciate for more people to come out and enjoy the cross country and stuff like that. But since they're either far away or something like that, it kind of makes it hard to do.
Yeah.
I would say, too, with a lot of the individualized sports like cross-country, wrestling, if it's not a team sport like football, even track to a certain extent, baseball or basketball, you don't get the same type of camaraderie and support. So having this around here is really big, and it's big for the pressure aspect. When you're put under pressure from your peers, you're going to make diamonds. And I think it's good exposure when you go into districts and the SBAAC. It's really good exposure for going forward.
Yeah, and I know the athletes enjoy it too.
Yeah.
It's in listening to kids in my classroom, they talk about they really don't understand wrestling and that. And Zach, you want to touch on the scoring in wrestling? Hopefully, since this is a video and audio, Zach's going to talk about what you're going to see in an individual match. So, Zach, why don't you run down the scoring there for that?
So, in wrestling, the way that it's scored is you want to start with the primary way, easiest way to identify. It's called a takedown, and it's worth 2 points. A takedown is being able to take somebody to the ground and have full control of them. By full control, you are able to cover their body and either have them on all fours. Either way, generally, if you can cover them, you get 2 points. Now, an escape is when you're on bottom and you can get off and release the control from the person who has control. You get 1 point for that. A reversal is being in the state of not being in control and then reversing it to take control. That is worth 2 points. And then you have things called near falls, where if your back is exposed to the mat for 3 seconds, it's 2 points, 4 seconds, 3 points, and 5 seconds, it's 4 points. If both of your shoulders are on the mat, it's a pin, and what's that?
With a 4-point near fall, to be more specific, what happens is, say for instance, a wrestler has them in a 3-point position and they get injured.
Yeah.
And so that they're awarded an extra point for the 4-point near fall on that. But what about the team scoring, Zach? Is if you win a match, what are the possible amount of points your team receives?
So we've
got the national anthem. Yeah.
Enjoy the freedoms that we enjoy. We ask gentlemen to remove your hats and stand for the playing of the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner by the East Clinton High School Band.
And before I get back into that, I'd like to give a shout out to Sam Mingy, the band and choir director. He does an awesome job at developing and getting kids out and participating in the band.
Yes, he does. Okay, welcome everybody to oh, where do you get this? Hello.
He's trying to figure out the live mic, guys, just so you can
Well, it's
know what's going on.
got
He's not just talking to himself.
welcome everybody. Welcome everybody to the East Clinton versus Madison Plains wrestling meet. Let's get into the lineups. For Madison Plains at 113 pounds, we have Taylor McCabe versus Cooper Rack. Please come to the middle, shake hands. At 138 pounds, we will have Michael Horn for East Clinton and Anthony Roby for Madison Plains. And that will be a forfeit for Michael. At 145, Zach Vest for East Clinton will receive a forfeit. At 152, Josh Klein receives a forfeit. At 160, Timmy Mahanes receives a forfeit. At 170 for Madison Plains, Batter Fram receives a forfeit for, okay. There we go. They bumped him up. So we're going to have Timmy and Batter at 170. At 182 pounds, we've got John Klein for East Clinton against Cameron England. At 195, Nathan Vest for East Clinton against Chase Kelly. And at 220 pounds, we have Jason Edison against Travis Reed.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, we're back. We got microphones flying all over the place here. We're getting ready to rumble here.
All right, we're going to start with the wave. Right here, 6th grade.
Oh, we got a wave going.
Ready?
He should have been a commentator.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got it going on.
He wants to be the WWE guy.
All right, we're going to do it one more time. Let's go.
See if we get that wave going.
Yeah.
We're rocking the bleachers here.
We'll give her another go around.
All right, here we go. Our feature match for this evening.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
We didn't know about this, did we, guys?
I didn't know there was a featured match.
Around the world.
Oh, boy.
That's true. We are heard around the world.
Is broadcasting throughout the whole world. This match is a match
Even
of
in
the
North Pole, I
ages.
believe.
I was going to say, I think Santa's tuned in.
This is
What's got
Santa
going on
could
today.
get it. We'll see.
All I know is my elf on the shelf better bring me something good.
Our opponent for tonight's championship match. He's a mean one. He wears ugly green. And I wouldn't touch him with a 39.5-foot pole. The Grinch!
I believe he hails from Mount Crumpet University, if I'm not...
Yeah. Looks like he's doing a little something different with his hair this go around.
I agree with you, Avery. I think he's combing it differently.
Yeah.
There's a little more spit shine in there.
Is the
Well, at least he gets
champion
good for
of
events
the
and stuff.
world. He is 2018 and 0. He's the man we call Saint Nick.
Oh,
Santa
man.
Claus.
Santa Claus.
So we know for sure the North Pole's tuned in.
Yeah. We know that he is from North Pole University. We do not know where he attended high school.
Well, he has the East Clinton jersey on, so
Well, you know, he might have given to the wrestling program at one point. Might have been a Christmas present.
looks like the Grinch will be representing the Eagles, and Santa Claus will be representing East Clinton.
Yes.
I think Santa Claus did an open enrollment program is what it is.
He's a little old to be a high schooler.
Yeah, well, you know, he's always young. Okay, so they tie up in the middle of the mat. Oh, and the Grinch takes
what's he
Santa Claus
doing?
down 2 points. Oh, but Santa Claus rolls him off.
With
1
the
point for
escape.
Santa.
Looks like they're getting in a little tassel.
Fireman roll.
He's got
Grinch
the
has
Grinch
got
out
it
of
down.
the mat. It could be over.
Santa Claus 2019 and 0.
Santa Claus takes a fireman's carry right onto the Grinch's back, and the Grinch still doesn't know where he's at.
I think
Wow, what a way to start off the wrestling
right.
match.
We're going to start our
Okay.
high school match first.
Cooper Rack 3-1 for East Clinton, with Taylor McCabe is 0-0. Okay. And so we will get that going here.
That's pretty close odds.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll keep that there. And Cooper's reporting in. And Taylor looks, and I believe, well, we don't have the grades, but I'm going to bet that this is a battle of 2 freshmen, guys.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a freshman and a senior. That's for dang sure.
Cooper's a freshman.
What was Cooper's? Cooper was a pretty successful.
He gets the single leg.
Oh, Cooper rolls through. Now McCabe had him on his back.
Still no control. 2 points given to McCabe. Cooper's fighting out.
1 point.
It's 1 point.
So it's 2-1 in favor of McCabe of Madison Plains. They're both in the beginning of the match. You'll see them feeling each other out. They're just kind of grabbing towards the head. They're trying to get head control. Term in wrestling, you'll hear a lot.
Rack is a much looser wrestler. McCabe's much more condensed, but it seems to
2
have
points.
been helping Rack. 2 points for Rack.
Rack's got him down.
Yeah, he's trying to get wrist control. Oh, he's got a half.
Oh,
He works the legs in. He's working to the other side.
He can jump over and get his chest on top of chest. Rack would have him in trouble, but
Now that's a position where you want to hook the leg and use your body weight, distribute it evenly across them to try to get the back points. But as a young wrestler, that's something you learn when you get a little bit older.
So we've got Cooper Rack in control here as he's riding on top. And he's just working. Now what they'll do now is if they don't move within about 15 to 20 seconds, you may see the official call a stalemate, which will get them out of that position.
He's got to work from side to side.
Yeah, and Cooper's, actually McCabe's done a pretty good job keeping the hand off of his neck, and there's not a real opportunity for a pin until he's able to do that.
For an unexperienced wrestler, he's doing a pretty good job at fighting on bottom.
Yep. Okay, and that is the end of the first period, which sees Cooper Rack with a 3-2 lead. In wrestling, there are 3 2-minute periods, and we will see. Now the official is giving the choice to Cooper. Cooper does what we call deferring, and then McCabe decided.
Low single.
Yep.
Works to the other side. He's going to try to work up the body. 2 points for Cooper.
Okay, there we go.
5-2.
He's working wrist control. He's got him high.
Oh, he's rolling him through.
Reversal. Nope.
It's a good thing he had his hand around the waist, guys, because he was able to bring him back.
And that goes back to that loose style I was talking about earlier. He's able to, we used to call it like squirrely. You'd be able to get out of those positions where tighter wrestlers kind of fall to their back and falter a little bit. But
right. The Rack kicks. We call that kicking him out. Kicked out McCabe. Gave him up 1 point, but what he's feeling is he thinks he can take him down more often, and which is worth 2 points. So the exchange, he's going to come out ahead on that.
McCabe doing a good job trying to work inside.
5-3 in favor of Cooper Rack of East Clinton with 1:06 to go in the second period. They're circling again. In wrestling, you're going to see a lot of wrist control type of things, popping the head. It's called changing levels, where they can get into the legs and take the person down. Avery, what do you know about Cooper as a freshman?
Oh, Cooper's a real good guy. I've grown up an awful lot with him. He's from. I've always kind of known Cooper. He's always been a younger guy, and I think we participate in 4-H and stuff together.
Okay.
He seems to be a pretty determined young man when he's in the 4-H program and do stuff like that, and I'm really enjoying watching him do his thing today.
Okay. I'm sure he's happy to see all the East Clinton faithful out here.
Yeah.
Rack gets inside. If he can get around the corner and pick it up.
Come on, everybody.
Oh,
there we go. 2 points. Fighting for back control.
2 points. Cooper Rack goes out to a 7-3 lead with just seconds remaining in the second period.
Correction, 9-3.
9-3. And it looks like time is going to run out. And we're going to go into the third period with Cooper Rack leading 9-3.
So we didn't get the chance to cover it, but there is the team scoring something called a tech fall. If you get ahead by 15 points, the match is over and it gives the team 5 points.
Okay. And so Cooper could be looking for that. And if they get a pin, Zach, then they would receive the most points, which would be 6.
What I do know is you got to do a lot of stretching to be in this sport, obviously.
I was going to say.
I feel like I need to do some stretching just watching.
I was going to say, what's the difference between a spider monkey and a wrestler? Nothing.
Exactly. So Rack's inside. Oh, nice. Oh, Rack. Takes him right to his back.
That's right.
Back points.
Get to it, Rack.
Oh, he can pull up. He can get arm controls.
Come on, buddy.
Now needs to scoop the head at this point.
Yeah, and walk the body up towards the head, pull up that opposite arm, and he should be, if he can get the half in, he's got it.
That's it.
If he can get chest to chest
Come on,
now.
buddy. Get him out
there.
Good deal.
Hey, with the pin. 6
Loving
points
the
for East Clinton.
determination.
So that makes the score 6-0 in favor of East Clinton. Cooper Rack receiving 6 points for pinning his Madison Plains opponent. Cooper moves to 4-1 on the season now. And now we're going to jump up to 138 where Michael Horn will receive a forfeit, and then we will get. Can we get him on if we have time? Let's get him on right afterwards, right after the varsity match, because there's only like 5 matches. Okay, well, we can get him up here. We'll get him to say Merry Christmas or whatever. Okay. And so we got a forfeit. Did the Horn come out to receive his forfeit?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 12-0. You get 6 points for that. Zach Vest receives 6 more, so 18-0. Josh Klein receives 6 more, which makes it 24-0. I'll get this right, guys.
They saw his mustache and decided to forfeit.
Okay, we've got Timmy Mahanes and Batter Fram of Madison Plains going at it here at 170 pounds. Timmy, takedown by Fram, and they're going to return to the middle. So a quick takedown by Fram. Now, what's this called, Zach? We want to describe to our viewers here.
So whenever there's a takedown, someone gets control. When you go out of bounds, you have the down and then the up position. Madison Plains wrestler, he could have deferred it and went neutral, but he decided to go on top. And he's trying to break her down and be able to either get back points or pin at this position while she's trying to get an escape or reversal.
So Timmy is just working to get out right now and getting on the bottom position.
Yeah, she really needs to fight to her knees to be able to create some leverage.
And so,
but he's working the cradle in. He's trying to move it back, and she fights out.
Okay. And so we're
Timmy Haynes a little bit off balance.
Oh, Timmy gets
the escape.
Escape for Timmy. So Timmy circles. Timmy's record on the year is, let's see, we got this information. She's 0-2, wrestling 2 dual meets last night with Massey and Blanchester. And of course, we got Batter Fram is in a top position. He rolls Mahanes over. He's looking to get chest to chest so they can try to pin. And that is it. So
Timmy Haynes with the pin.
So Batter Fram picks up 6 for the Golden Eagles, and that moves it to 24-6. And now we will see John Klein and Cameron England. So we'll do it after this match. Okay. So we will get John Klein at 182 pounds for East Clinton, is 6-0. He was a district qualifier last year.
Yeah, he looks to be a real strong point on this East Clinton team, very experienced.
And Zach, you wrestled with his brother, Cameron.
I did. Yeah, Cameron was a heck of a wrestler, so.
Strong guy.
Strong guy, runs in the family.
Yeah.
So he was about 2 weight classes above me, but we had good practice partners. Ooh, nice.
John Klein does a slide by and
lets him up.
John cuts off the mat. If you'll notice the round circle, the wrestlers have to stay inside it. John takes him right to his back.
He's going to look for back points. He's not going for the pin. He's going to let him up.
He wants to get a little wrestling time in before.
Absolutely.
Which is smart.
Goes back to neutral position.
Right. And I think the thing that you'll see with more experienced wrestlers, especially good ones, don't want to win in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It doesn't do them any good.
Let's just say these guys aren't freshmen.
Yeah.
John Klein's a senior who ran cross country, by the way.
That's right.
Avery. And there's a
John likes to play with his food a little bit before he.
Kind of like a tiger.
Yeah.
Like a tiger.
Yeah.
Avery seems a little demoralized. His stance is straight up right now, and John's just doing basically what he wants. I don't expect this to last much longer.
14-4
in the first period. And
reversal. comes
nice
around.
quickness by John Klein. He just avoids the takedown attempt.
You don't usually see kids who are at 182 moving that quick either.
And
It's got a lot of heart.
And I think John's going to probably try to end it before the end of the first period.
Absolutely. Get those points.
I think he's...
And there it is.
Dang.
John Klein.
John
Totally
Klein
expected.
with a pin makes it 30-6 East Clinton. And so let's take your headset first.
Okay.
Okay. Lasse, we're going to have you say hi to your parents in German. Okay? And Merry Christmas.
Hallo zu Deutschland und fröhliche Weihnachten.
Okay. And then
We have Nathan Vest versus Chase Kelly right now. Chase Kelly gets behind Nathan. It's 2 points.
So when we get a second here, Lasse, how's the first semester of school here been?
It's been alright. I mean, it's kind of tough with, I don't know, keeping up with all the homework and all that stuff, but
Right.
I'm fitting in.
You're fitting in. You feel more comfortable after
Yeah.
a semester?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Definitely.
Very good. Well, thanks, Lasse, for coming on for a few seconds.
problem.
Let's get Laura on there. And
Nathan
Laura, go
being
ahead
worked
and
into the
say
cradle.
hello to your parents. And
Where's the camera? Oh, God.
Kelly
Hi.
working the cradle. Nathan trying to fight off of his back.
go ahead, say hi to your parents and Merry Christmas.
In Danish?
Yes, yes.
Hej mor og far, glædelig jul og godt nytår.
And Laura, how's your first semester went here at East Clinton?
It's been really good. I love being here. And
You
it's,
enjoy it?
Yeah, it's been a really good experience.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad,
Chase Kelly with the pin.
glad to have you, and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
And let's get San on here. San is from South Korea. I didn't mention Lasse is from Germany, and then Laura's from Holland. I'm sorry, Denmark. Wrong country. I apologize. And then San.
South Korea.
Now we have our final match of the night, Jason Edison versus Travis Reed.
Say hello to your parents in South Korean.
Doing great.
And how do you like the first semester here, Sam?
I like to be a part of the ASCO.
Okay, very good.
And Trump 22. Let's go, Trump.
Hey, thank you, Sam. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. And that was the, okay, so back to the wrestling here. We got, those foreign exchange students are here courtesy of the International Student Exchange, an organization that works in bringing foreign exchange kids here. And we're excited to have them here, and it sounds like they're enjoying their stay here at East Clinton. So Zach, catch us up here. What's going on?
So last match, Nathan Vest went up against Travis Reed. Started off, Travis Reed got a reversal and ended up getting the pin on Nathan, or Chase Kelly, I apologize. Travis Reed's wrestling currently. He just got a cradle on Jason Edison and ended that. So it looks like East Clinton wins 30-18.
And so a pin for Travis Reed, who goes to 6-1 for the Golden Eagles, and 30-18. So the Astros pick up their first dual meet win of the year. And so, guys, it's always nice when you're home to get a victory in front of your home fans and that. And we're going to have the junior high kids. We're going to roll into this here. And I don't know how quickly, but I believe it's going to be soon, as the students are dismissed at 1. So the effort is to try to get this in so everybody can see our junior high guys get a chance to wrestle.
I want to give a special shout out to our cameraman, Dean Lee Thompson.
Yeah, the Deaner is back with us for today's meet. And of course, we've got Sydney and Rick on the camera and on the board. And we thank them for taking time out of their day to come up here and get this production on the road. So anyhow, let's get, so we're going to open up here with, at 92 pounds, Jack Kessler. And for, I do not see the, yeah, so I don't see a lot of this here, guys, as far as.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of paperwork on the JV team, so.
Okay.
We'll just have to wing it, I guess.
So we might be a little short-handed, but we'll do our best.
Yes, we will. So we're going to see here. We're going to try to get a name on this young man. East Clinton Junior High is 1-1. They beat Blanchester 40-31, lost to Wilmington. They took 12th out of 18 teams at the Batavia tournament with 2 second places, 2 third places, and 1 fourth. At North College Hill, they'll be going there in a couple days. They're a young team with 8 7th graders and 5 8th graders.
It's a really important time to start wrestling in junior high.
I was going to say, you know, if you want to be good and successful at this, you got to kind of start working at it while you're young.
Yeah, yes. Absolutely. It's like a chess game.
Yeah.
You have to be able to get used to the moves on the board, and once you see them coming after experience, and that's the only way you can do is being thrown to the fire, then, you know, be able to play the game the best way.
Yeah, I was going to just say what you were going to say. You know, a lot of this is a trial by fire at this age.
Yep.
And we will effort to get some names of these guys. I should get one of those guys to come over here and identify who's wrestling.
I'm going to guess these guys are freshmen.
These are actually 7th, 8th graders.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, I wake up, Sydney.
Yeah.
Broadcast is still going on.
And we've got,
well, they're pretty feisty for 7th and 8th graders, I'll tell you that much.
They are.
It's a style of wrestling called funk wrestling right there.
Yeah.
Just without knowing it.
And, of course, Zach, when you were wrestling here, you had a teammate by the name of Cameron Block.
Correct.
And Cameron was into a lot of the funk wrestling, as I remember.
Yeah, he's what we like to call squirrely. Yeah.
I wish I had that much energy.
Cameron used to love to use a move called the Peterson.
Yep, yeah. A lot of, I'm not saying that they're not necessarily exposed to that, but the style is putting yourself in awkward positions, which also kind of puts the opponent making weird movements to try to stop you, and if you can't correlate it and be able to, or coordinate it and be able to stop them, it's very easy to get reversals, takedowns, and put them in a weird position. It's a lot of constant movements and just a lot of flexibility. So these younger wrestlers, you should be teaching at a younger age if you're going to go forward with it, because that's the time that you can, you know, you're the most flexible.
Right. You're
still growing. So it's always awesome to see all this energy out here.
Well, it's 2-1 in favor of East Clinton, and hopefully we've got Josh Klein here, one of the varsity wrestlers, volunteering some time. So, John, who do we have out there Josh, who do we have out there wrestling? You know who that young man is?
He's working the half Nelson.
Okay. So we've got Chris
He has the
Ryder,
leg tied up. He's trying to get to the outside.
Ryder is
an escape.
7th grader, 2-4 on the season. He took 4th place at Batavia. And so Ryder is tied up 2-2.
Yeah, it's really been going both ways, too. There hasn't really been anyone in control the entire time, so this is going to be a really good match.
And so they're kind of in a lull here. They're just kind of feeling each other out to see who can get inside position and get a best takedown angle. Right, shot by Madison Plains wrestler. He rolls through it.
No control.
He's got a front headlock. He's trying to get around.
And
and Ryder blocks it with his right arm.
It's debatable whether that's control or not, but yeah.
I think Ryder could get a point if he could move here. He's going to need to move quickly, though, because time's running out in the second period.
4 seconds.
And he's going to pin him.
If he can get his head up.
If Ryder can get the head out. And that could have been a big 4-point move right there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I feel like that was a bad call by the ref. It didn't seem like there was any control by Madison Plains, but if Ryder has opportunity to get out now, he can redeem himself.
Yeah.
So we're in the third period with the score 4-2 in favor of Madison Plains, and a warning's received on the Madison Plains wrestler who's in the top position because they have to have their hands in the correct position.
Correct. Now he breaks him down with hand on the inside of the stomach, the ab, and then also trying to break down the elbows. One of my favorite ways to break people down. You get the shoulder, you can kind of offset them, put their weight on one side, then work and try to use that to your advantage. Now he flattens them out, which is pretty much the whole point of getting that one side down, so you can get all their body down. You're only working with half the body weight, and he's working the elbow, trying to get it inside. But that's Ryder?
Yeah, Ryder.
Ryder's doing a good job fighting back to his knees.
Ryder's really got to get moving here. There's under a minute to go in the match, and if he has intentions of winning this, he's going to have to
turn a little bit offensive.
Yeah. He's going to have to get something going here.
Madison Plains, the kid from Madison Plains is using his legs really well.
Right.
Keeping him from getting up to his base.
And Ryder, right now, if Ryder could get his 1-point escape and get a takedown, he can win this thing 5-4, but he's going to have to move real quickly. But
I don't know. He better make something happen.
He has the arm pinned under him.
Oh. Yeah, and it's not looking good at the moment. Chris Ryder's fighting. And just with a few seconds to go in the match, Ryder succumbs to a pin. So that's going to make it 6-6.
Good match between two young wrestlers, though.
Okay, and we're going to get our next gentleman here. Let's see who's up. We'll see if Okay, so we've got Colton Brockman, a 7th grader, 7-0 with 5 pins, 1 major decision. So let's see where he goes here. Looks like a strong kid here.
Yep.
And
takes him right to his back.
Okay.
I was going to say,
he was one and done.
Yep.
He seems like a pretty offensive young gentleman.
And Brockman's looking to finish this off quick here, Avery. He's wasting no time to put this one away. And there it is.
Dang.
There we go.
16 seconds into the first period. And Colton Brockman picks up his 8th win of the year against no losses.
He is pretty toned.
He's got some serious muscles going on for a 7th grader.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at that a little bit.
So that's going to make it 12-6 in favor of East Clinton. And then we're going to rely on Bauman.
Yep.
Okay, so at 116, we've got Caleb Bauman, an 8th grader. He is 8-1 with 5 pins. And he took 3rd at the Batavia tournament. And let's see if they've got a wrestler for him. Looks like they do. So we've got the wrestler from Madison Plains reporting to the desk, and looks like we got a match, guys, at 116 pounds. So the referee will get him in the middle, and but I was impressed with Brockman. Brockman really took it to him.
I was going to say, I'll be interested to see how he does here.
And that's a win for Bauman. That puts East Clinton up 18-6. And let's see if we've got a match here. Would this be, would that be Runk? Okay, so we've got Lucas Runk at 122 pounds. And Lucas receives a forfeit win. Lucas was 7-2 on the season, now 8-2. And that makes it 24-6. Okay. And I don't know if we've got a match here. Oh, we do have a match.
We got a match going on.
Okay. We've got is it Gabe Leiter? And he's a 7th grader. He's 1-1. He's got 1 pin. I'm sorry. We have Jay Griffith. 7th grader, he's 3-4. This is 128 pounds.
It's a fight to his base. Now, the Madison Plains wrestler, looks like he's pretty powerful for his age. But he's very stiff, and that might be where he's aggressive, though.
He definitely gets his protein in.
Yeah. Well, he raked him over, which is where you get a half and take him and just really pick him up and move him. And he did a nice job. He's got a cradle.
Yep. Oh, boy.
Now, if he can position it the right way,
got a cradle.
Game,
yeah, well, there's no points. Now, see, I would take...
That's a sticky situation.
I would take issue with that because the wrestler's body's between him and the mat, so there really is no potential for a pin.
Yep.
But,
oh boy.
You know, if it's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
So.
They must do yoga.
Yeah. So Leiters, it gives them 3 points near fall, so it's 5-0 in favor of Madison Plains. And Leiter, I thought for a minute was going to get a point and escape.
Yeah.
And he's trying to ride that half, but he needs to break him down from his base.
Yeah, and what Zach's talking about there is when he's got the half in, you want to go back to the ankle or leg and pull that leg out so you flatten the guy out because it's really difficult to turn them when they're up on all fours and that. Mm-hmm. So we'll see if Leiter can fight this off and get out and get some points here. 13 seconds go in the first period. And he's really working that half trying to flip him over, but
he has one leg in, but he's distributing the weight to the wrong side on that.
It's kind of sitting on his hip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got an illegal move. Oh, full Nelson, which is an illegal move.
Are we sure these guys are middle schoolers?
So that gives Gabe Leiter a point.
That's good.
Probably the most common.
Jade Griffith.
Probably the most common of all penalty points, though, will be a full Nelson. It's just coming under the shoulder blades with both arms and then your hands touching. That's a penalty right there. It's dangerous for your neck, but it's probably the most common penalty you'll see in wrestling.
So is that more of an accidental move?
Yeah, it's like when you're trying to move sides and then you get the arm clamp down, you come across. It
so
happens.
You can get stuck in those.
Yeah.
It's kind of a heat of the moment penalty when you get in there and all of a sudden you got both hands there. Okay, so Griffith is just, well, they've got clasping. We've got our second penalty point here.
Oh, my goodness.
Zach, you want to talk about clasping?
So clasping is coming under the body as opposed to going underneath the shoulder blades and your hand touching above the neck. You're going, it's like bear hugging them from behind and your hands touching because you could potentially injure their ribs. You could potentially just have potential for injuries, I guess, but it's illegal and and a reversal coming.
And if he pops his head out, Griffith could easily get 2 points and make this a 5-4 match.
Is this wrestling or Cirque du Soleil? I can't tell.
I've been really impressed with Griffith, though. He's been fighting really hard.
Yeah, and he's a 7th grader, so he's a young guy. The other thing about clasping is they are allowed to clasp in a pinning position if they have them on their back.
Yeah.
But that's the only time that is allowed. And Griffith really is going to have to scoot here if he can. I mean, he's been close. Right, like right now, the Madison Plains wrestler is way too high. He sits into it.
Look for the reversal. He needs to get his head out there.
Oh yeah, if he can get his head out of here, he's got the Madison Plains.
He needs to fight the leg back, grab the back of the leg. And he gets the cradle in, a reversal.
And this really hurts because just as Griffith looked like he was going to pull that out.
I think he's about to fight out of this. His Madison Plains wrestler's not in very good positioning with the cradle.
He's giving a little shaky.
Yeah. He's going to get 3 points, though, for the near fall, which is going to be... Now, if he can take that leg, if he would grab the outside leg and suck that under, he would really be in a nice position here. And again, this is an experience thing with these guys.
Yeah.
You know, they just don't
Back
know.
to the trial by fire.
Right, exactly. You just hope at this age that they don't get frustrated if they get a few bad losses and decide not to do the sport because they'll get better with experience as they go.
Now it's going into third period. The most important is at the end of the match. I apologize.
Oh, I thought it was too. I thought we were only in the second period.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8-0 for Madison Plains at 128 pounds. And so that's going to make it... that was a decision, which means...
No. The match isn't over. That was a
so we were
incorrect call by the ref.
I was going to say, are they going to make this 2-period wrestling?
But that's huge, though, to have that break right there. Because going, like I was going to say, going into third period, it's just going to be whoever can be able to fight off exhaustion right now.
Who has the most stamina at that point.
I was going to say, it's turning into one of those things.
Oh, goodness.
He's got to work up the body.
He covers the body. There we go.
There's a bit.
Yeah, that break really gave him some more
That's
energy.
clasping. Yep.
And if he can get a half.
Gets a warning with that.
Right.
Reversal.
And Griffith just really put himself in that situation.
Yeah. No, that's his experience thing. Again, you should never pull back on somebody because you're going to pull them on top of you.
Right.
But
now, if he could kick through this, again, he's been in positions where it's called a self-pin, where the man in control can actually pin themselves.
Oh, both shoulder blades are almost on the ground, too.
Yeah. And I don't think our officials are aware of that. He's not watching this real closely. But if he can, now again.
Well, he's too high over the head right now. If he can just pop his head out.
Yeah.
Griffith's tired.
Yeah, he is. He's expended a lot of energy trying to get out of this cradle, which he's been in most of 3 periods.
Yep.
I was going to say, hopefully you'd think by now he would, but, with all the stamina and energy and stuff
here's an
that they're
opportunity.
using.
If he can pop the head up, the Madison Plains kid is doing a great job running what we call screwing him into the mat. And, he's stretching out the arm, and it is, okay, so 14-2.
Well, even though Griffith lost, I would say this, if he keeps going forward, he has a lot of potential with growth and experience to be a really good wrestler, and I should keep his head up with that loss because he fought the entire time.
So that puts East Clinton ahead 24-10, and our next match is, we got Avery Hughes.
Hey, repping the team, repping the Avery gang.
And would that be Alex Hughes' brother by any chance? No? Okay. So, Avery Hughes, and again, we do not have any of the Madison Plains junior high kids. Avery is 2-5 this year. He's an 8th grader. Avery, a little aggressiveness right off the bat. The Madison Plains kid has a huge leverage advantage. He's much taller than Avery.
Yeah, he's a good shot. Just needs to get his head up a little bit more.
Yeah. Now, he's got to get up to his base and just kind of shuck these guys off here. He keeps on trying to pull that arm over, which is not a bad.
Yeah, it's kind of keeping that guy anchored a little bit, not giving him a lot of opportunity to do anything.
Zach, I forgot the term. When you take the arm that's on one side and you put it over your head to the other side, what do they call that when you're trying to, the guy that's got, the opponent's got the arm over here, and you take it and you put it over on the other side? Do you remember the term for that?
I mean, just wrist control. I don't know if there's actually a term. But yeah, wrestling is a lot about being able to put weight all on one side, being able to, if you have two halves of your body, if you can control the right side, then it's 50-50. You control the left side, it's 50-50. So as long as somebody's not both on the right and left side of them, you have a good chance to be able to either work out of that.
So more about your distribution.
Yeah, it's all about weight distribution, leverage.
And it looks like that's going to be the end of the first period. So 2-0 in favor of Madison Plains at the 142-pound weight class. And, Avery, he did some things there. He just got to go through with the moves.
Yeah.
And Avery, do you know Avery? Avery and Avery here?
No, I saw him at the last meeting, but I didn't really get much chance to talk to him when we had the Avery staff meeting. But no, he seems to.
Does your name have to be Avery to be a member of that club?
Yeah,
it's exclusive.
Yeah, I don't want to get into the meat and potatoes of it, but it's kind of.
Oh, there we go!
He comes on top.
Oh! If he can get chest to chest.
Come on.
Oh!
But he gets control.
He's gotten way too high. And there's another reversal. So 7-2 in favor of Madison Plains. A little excitement there for the Astros fans, as it looked like Avery Hughes was about ready to end that match.
Yeah. And that was another example of
And we've noticed the last two wrestlers for Madison Plains are big on the cradles.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that seems to be a pretty reoccurring theme with them.
Yeah. Although I don't think there's much chance. He's got his arm across the Madison Plains kid's neck, so I don't think there's much chance they're going to pin him from that position.
Yeah, I've been kind of confused about how they're executing these cradles, because it's more for getting back points as opposed to pinning them.
To finishing it.
Yeah. Which they should be teaching tilts in that case, but...
Yeah, we haven't seen much of the tilt.
No, you haven't.
So Avery is going to last to get into the third period here of action.
Maybe they're trying to wear him down. Maybe it's a wear down tactic.
It could be. Well, you know, one thing is a lot of times, depending on the move, you use a lot of effort to pin the guy.
Yeah.
That can wear the guy out and control as much as the guy on the
It's
bottom.
a real teeter-totter.
It is. And I was going to say, that's not a good cross-body ride there.
No.
He's putting all his weight on top of him. So when you go down, you're supposed to lightly go down on top of him and not exert your weight. And Avery's just keeping his head up, which is good. Makes it hard for half.
He's trying to curl the wrist in. He's going for the cradle again.
Yeah.
But if he rolls on top of him, it's going to be the same situation. He won't be able to pin him with this type of cradle.
Yeah.
He's just going to get points from it.
Right. And Avery's had a couple opportunities to go inside leg and dump him over and really flip the script on him.
Yeah. But that comes back to the darned old experience thing.
Yeah, it does. So Avery's working his way up to the top.
And I feel with Avery doing his little burst there, I feel like he could be able to be something that could be a threat in the future.
Yeah. He just needs to work at it.
He got a stalling warning on bottom.
Yeah. And
so he needs to work up a little bit.
And it's 10-2 right now, and I would say,
putting him back in it.
if he can kick over, he could catch lightning in the bottle.
If he can catch that leg with the other leg, he can kind of leverage himself over, but
he's trying.
Yep.
Well, just like you said, Zach, he's not in a dangerous position to be pinned, but at the same time, he's not in a position to get out.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the end of that. And that's tightened it up to 24-16. And so, who do we got now there, Josh? Is it Owen Roberts? Yeah. Okay, so we got Owen Roberts, 8th grader, 7-3 with 6 pins, took 3rd place at Batavia. And there's going to be a forfeit. So that makes it 24-22. And so this match, it appears, well, they've got one more wrestler. So this could be the deciding match, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so here it goes. Okay, so that now.
24-28.
Oh boy.
What happens now?
So if he wins below 8 points in this match,
it'll be a tie. It could be a tie.
Yeah.
No, that East Clinton would lose. He has to major decision over 8 points to be able to tie it up. Tech fall would win or a pin would win.
Okay. So that puts us into the last. And Josh, this is Owen? Yeah. Or okay. And so we. And
Owen seems to be doing
serious control there.
Owen's he wants to end this, man. He wants to take him down.
I don't blame him.
And,
2 points for Owen.
There's 2.
Owen wants to put the end to this.
He says, I got homework. I can't be messing around with this.
That bell's going to ring in 7 minutes.
He says, I got to get on the bus.
I'm going to go home and take an ice bath or get a hot heating pad, whatever it is you do after this.
Vacation starts in 7 minutes. So.
I got to go feed the cat, man. I got stuff going on.
So I think there's got to be a penalty on Owen.
Penalty on Owen, shoved his head into the mat too.
Come on,
too
now.
hard. Yeah, I didn't.
Was this the NFL or something?
I haven't seen too much of that.
Well,
back
it's not
in,
semi-pro.
Was it back in 15? The only roughness was if you slam somebody on the ground without you coming to the ground first. But so that's the first time I've seen that.
And that's going to be a caution on Owen for bad positioning on his referee position there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, watching my two kids as wrestlers, they get their face sometimes ground into the mat by guys, and we never saw penalty points for that.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a different rule concerning the middle schoolers.
It looks like there's blood on Owen's chest right now.
Well, and that's up to the official to stop that and make that call.
I saw that, but it kind of looks like a little bit of rug burn.
It could be rug burn, yeah.
Yeah.
From the strap on the guy's mask or something.
Yeah, absolutely could be. Okay, so 2-2, first period, 20 seconds to go, and Owen is real high on this guy, which
is kind of risky.
I think they are going to.
Oh, is that it?
He is bleeding.
I think there's a blood call on that.
Oh, there's blood on the other guy's chest.
So we got a
blood on his arm.
Blood time, and I believe Josh, I'm going to bring you in on this. 5 minutes blood time total. How's that work?
Yeah, I think it's 5.
5 minutes. So they get a total of 5 minutes for injury time, and if they exceed that, then it becomes what they call a default for the other wrestlers. So, okay.
Is it his head that's bleeding?
Yep.
Yeah.
One guy's head.
I almost said something gross, guys. I can't believe that almost.
We are on the air, so please don't say anything gross, Bill.
We are on the internet, though. I can get away with it.
I don't know much in the way of wrestling penalties for roughness, but my brother plays hockey, and there's not much in the way of roughness penalties there.
And there's a lot of blood in that one, too, usually.
Well, usually they don't call much unless it's really blatant.
Yeah,
like you're punching their head in the mat.
Yes.
Same issue with this cradle right here. He's not going to be able to pin him, but he'll be able to get back points.
Yeah. So if he can just keep on rolling through this, okay, he's going to give him 3. And what? So that's the end of the period. So going into the second period, 5-2 in favor of Owen Roberts. I can't say that I've seen Owen in the hallway. You guys know Owen? I mean, you obviously know him from wrestling, though.
Just wrestling.
Yeah.
He should be winning by a lot more. Those penalties, they're costing him.
Yeah. He's a powerful kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Trying to get wrist control.
He just needs some technique.
Yep. Yeah. And that cross face it hard.
Escape.
Wow. Nice. Good quickness for a big guy. And he's working hard. He wants to get this over with, guys. And the Owen chant has started. And they're trying to finish him off here.
Now, something that might come back is that he should have got the escape and then got the takedown. That would have put him up 6 points. Then if he could have got another take, well, it might not matter right here.
It looks like he's chest to chest with him. He's going to get no worse than 2 out. That's going to be a 3-pointer, if not a pin. Got to pull up the head. If he
chest to chest,
he can pull the head up. And there it is.
He's Clinton takes it.
So, with the victory, that makes it 30-28 is East Clinton. And a nice little victory there.
There we go.
For Owen Roberts. And brings the Astros.
Let's hear it for both wrestling teams tonight.
And a great job here tonight by the East Clinton Astros with the varsity winning 30-18. and the junior high team winning 30-28 in a comeback win.
Yeah.
So,
first of all, we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And
I'm pretty sure this guy works for the WWE. I don't know.
Yeah, he does that on the
I'm
side.
pretty sure.
Going out that way. High school, go this way. High school, please wait.
okay, so
High school, please wait.
so that's the wrap up here for Avery Wood and Zach Rayback and yours truly, Bill the Razor Rayback. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope our viewers worldwide were entertained by tonight's East Clinton Madison Plains wrestling match. Keep up with Campus Nation. Go to our website and see what's new and what's going on.
We have some good stuff in the new year.
That's right, and we will see you guys in January.
Yep.
Good night, everyone.
See you guys.
Night.
High school, you can now this part. High school, go.
All righty. Thanks, Thank you.
Wrestling can resume. Wrestling can resume.